What if I told you that the last digit of your birth year holds a hidden message, a silent influence, one you've carried your entire life without even realizing it? Sounds strange, right? But stay with me. That single number, the one you've probably never paid attention to, may reflect deeper parts of your personality, your mindset, even the way you respond to life. Not because of magic, but because of psychology. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, believed that symbols, especially those we see every day, carry unconscious meaning. He wasn't interested in surface-level explanations. He looked deeper, beneath the noise, into the parts of us we don't see but feel. He called it the unconscious, a place filled with patterns, signs, images, and numbers, not random, not meaningless, but loaded with symbols that shape who we are, without our permission. You see, we often think numbers are cold, logical, and emotionless, but Jung believed otherwise. He saw numbers as archetypal universal truths, encoded in the symbols we encounter. Just like dreams speak through strange images, numbers can echo silent truths, and that includes your birth year. You probably know your zodiac sign, maybe your personality type, but have you ever wondered what the final number of your birth year says about you? That number, 0 through 9, is more than a label. It's like a hidden mirror, and when you understand what it reflects, you may finally see something about yourself that's been hiding in plain sight. In this video, we'll break down the psychological symbolism of each final digit, from 0 to 9, and how it may reveal a dominant trait within your personality, not in a superstitious way, but in a Jungian symbolic way. We'll explore how the unconscious mind clings to symbols, how meaning is often created, not found, and why these numbers may be speaking directly to your inner self. Some of what you hear may surprise you, some may feel oddly accurate, and some may challenge how you've seen yourself. But here's the thing, this isn't fortune-telling. It's deeper than that. It's about how we use symbols to understand ourselves, how our minds crave patterns, how we project meaning onto things, even simple things like a number. You might think this is just a random detail about your birthday, but as you'll learn, there are no true coincidences in the unconscious. Even the most ordinary things can carry powerful energy. If we learn how to look, by the end of this video you'll know what the last digit of your birth year might say about your core strengths, your inner conflicts, and even the lessons your life keeps circling back to. You'll understand why someone born in a year ending in 4 may crave security, while someone with a 5 might be drawn to constant change, why 7s tend to be deep thinkers while 1s push toward independence, even when it costs. We'll also touch on how Jung's concept of projection plays a role here, how the meaning you give your number may reflect something you need to face or embrace. And if you stay to the end, I'll explain why understanding your symbolic number could actually help you become more self-aware, more focused, and more at peace with the path you're on. This isn't just information, it's insight. It's a lens into the unseen parts of you, because sometimes the smallest detail, the one no one notices, can reveal the biggest truth. If you've ever felt like something was guiding your behavior but you couldn't quite put it into words, if you've ever had patterns repeat in your life, over and over, or if you simply love exploring the mysteries of the mind, then this video is for you. And just maybe, in the next few minutes, you'll uncover something you've felt your whole life, but never understood until now. Welcome to Mindspire, where we dive into the deeper truths of psychology, symbolism, and self-awareness. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a journey into the unseen. Now let's look at what the final digit of your birth year might say about your deeper personality. These aren't predictions, they're symbolic insights, based on how our minds respond to patterns. Carl Jung believed that symbols carry emotional weight in the unconscious. Even a number can hold a kind of silent energy that shapes how we experience the world. If your birth year ends in 0, you may carry the energy of cycles and new beginnings. You're often driven by the need to start over, to reinvent, to rediscover meaning. But that drive can also leave you feeling like you're always beginning, never arrive. Deep down, you may be searching for a lasting purpose that feels just out of reach. If it ends in 1, you likely hold the energy of individualism and leadership. You don't just walk your own path, you carve it. There's a boldness in you, a need to lead, even when no one's watching. But sometimes, this strength can isolate you. You're willing to lose peace, if it means staying true to who you are. A final digit of 2 suggests a deep sense of balance and empathy. You often find yourself playing the peacemaker. You notice what others feel, even before they speak. But your gift for harmony can come at a cost. You may silence your own needs, just to keep the peace. Born in a year, ending in 3, you likely carry the energy of expression and creativity. Your mind is playful, colorful, and quick. You see connections others miss, but not everyone understands your style. At times you may feel out of place, like your ideas are too much, too soon. A 4 at the end of your birth year speaks of structure, loyalty, and groundedness. You like things clear and stable. Change makes you uneasy. You build your life carefully, brick by brick, and while that gives you strength, it can also keep you locked in comfort zones that no longer serve you. If you see a 5, you likely have a restless, evolving nature. This is the number of freedom and transformation. You resist routine. You chase change. You're not afraid to tear down what no longer fits. But with that power comes a challenge, staying grounded while you grow. A final digit of 6 points to the energy of healing and responsibility. You often feel like it's your job to fix what's broken. People lean on you, even when you're tired. You care deeply, but sometimes you forget to care for yourself. End with a 7, and you may be drawn toward truth, depth, and solitude. You ask the questions no one else does. You see through the surface. Others may find you mysterious, even distant, but to you silence is where the truth lives. If you were born in a year, ending in 8, you likely carry a drive for power and achievement. You think in big moves. You plan, lead, and rise. But sometimes that ambition can turn inward, becoming pressure or control. You win often, but sometimes forget to rest. And if your birth year ends in 9, you carry the quiet strength of completion and wisdom. You've likely been through hard things and turned them into insight. You guide others often without trying. You don't seek attention, but people remember your words. These symbols aren't rules. They're reflections, mirrors of energy. And once you start noticing them, they're hard to unsee. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." That single sentence reveals one of the most important ideas in depth psychology. We often move through life believing we're making conscious choices, when in reality, unseen forces are guiding us. Habits, fears, memories, patterns we never questioned. And one of the ways these forces speak is through symbols. Numbers are a perfect example. On the surface, they're simple, mathematical, but for Jung, they could hold deeper meaning, not because the numbers themselves had power, but because we give them power through projection. The number becomes a screen, and we cast our inner world onto it. So when we start to notice patterns, like the final digit of our birth year, meaning something, it's not about superstition, it's about awareness. The number doesn't decide who you are. It doesn't write your story. What it does is reflect a part of your inner landscape, the part you might not have put into words until now. This is projection in action. You take something outside of you, like a symbol, and assign it meaning based on what's inside of you. That meaning doesn't come from the number itself. It comes from your unconscious. That's the part of you that stores unprocessed emotions, hidden desires, beliefs you never question. When you connect with a number's meaning, it often resonates, because it reveals something you've already sensed, but didn't fully understand. This is why one person might see the number 4 and feel calm, while another sees it as rigid or confining. The same number, different internal response. What you see in it depends on what you carry within. Jung believed that when we recognize these patterns, when we catch ourselves projecting, we take back control. Instead of letting hidden patterns run our lives, we begin to see them clearly. And the moment we see clearly, we begin to change. So when you hear what your birth year digit might symbolize, notice what hits you hardest. That reaction is a clue. It's not about the number. It's about what your unconscious just revealed. So, what number did you get? What was the final digit of your birth year? And more importantly, how did it feel to hear its meaning? Was it strangely accurate? Did it match how you see yourself? Or did it reveal something you've never fully acknowledged before? Sometimes the mind reacts in quiet ways. A pause, a memory that suddenly surfaces. That's your unconscious speaking. It doesn't always use words. It uses feeling, tension, recognition. If you felt anything stir inside while listening to your number's meaning, don't ignore it. That reaction is a message. Ask yourself, why that word, why that trait, why did that description pull you in, or push you away? You see, Jung wasn't obsessed with labels or categories. He didn't want us to lock ourselves in boxes. What he cared about was awareness, self-recognition, the ability to catch ourselves when we're running on autopilot, and gently bring our attention back to the truth. So maybe your number revealed your craving for stability, or your resistance to routine. Maybe it hinted at a strength you forgot you had, or a wound you've been carrying in silence. Whatever it triggered, sit with it. Not everything needs to be fixed right away. Sometimes it's enough just to notice. When you give your attention to a symbol, and observe how it echoes inside you, you're practicing exactly what Jung meant by making the unconscious conscious. You're breaking the cycle of blind patterns. You're giving meaning a shape, a name. This isn't about finding answers in a number. It's about letting a number open a door inside you. Maybe that door leads to clarity, maybe to a memory, or maybe just to a quiet thought you hadn't heard in a while. Whatever came up for you, trust that it came for a reason, because often the things we need most are the ones we almost miss. A symbol, a word, a single digit. And what matters most is not what it means to the world, but what it unlocks in you. That's the real journey. Not decoding numbers, but decoding yourself. And sometimes all it takes is one quiet moment of reflection to begin. Your number is a mirror, not a cage. It doesn't limit who you are. It simply reflects what's already inside, waiting to be seen. So, what did your final digit reveal about you? Did it spark a thought, a memory, maybe even a shift in how you see yourself? Drop your number in the comments below, and tell us how it resonated. We'd love to hear your story. If this surprised you even just a little, give the video a like. It helps more minds like yours find these insights. And don't forget to subscribe to Mindspire for more quiet dives into the unseen parts of the self. Because the more you know yourself, the less the world controls